Good morning. Good morning. Peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor. Voices for the voiceless. Today is Saturday, March the 15th, 2025. Um, yeah, man, let's talk about it. So, R. Kelly dropped a remix to Chris Brown's challenge that everybody's been doing, a song called Residuals. Banger. You know, everybody been, a lot of artists been doing their own rendition. And R. Kelly dropped his and set the game on fire, man. A lot of people that I'm very surprised to see. I've been showing Kels love, even, in here in Chicago, Power 92.3. Shout out to Power 2.3. Played it. A lot of people that have banned his music, throughout this fiasco, that he's been, as you know, he's been incarcerated. Free Kels, he's been incarcerated for coming on 6 years, man. It's amazing how time has flown since this man has been incarcerated since July of 2019. And it's just interesting to see people, you know, uh, their reaction. You got people having a conversation of, can you separate the artist from the art? And and to be very very observant. It's only black people having this conversation, man. It's only black people having this conversation because at the end of the day, man, art is art. You can't take away what that man has contributed to the game over 30 years. Not only his personal catalog, writer, singer, composer, producer, performer. The list goes on and on. Ghost written several of classic material for revamped careers. You talk about Mr. Biggs, Charlie Wilson. He's written songs for Michael Jackson. Um, the list goes on and on. We could go forever. So back when they was talking about canceling R. Kelly, I'm like, you can't. If you cancel R. Kelly, you might as well just cancel the whole industry because he's written for almost everybody. And what I find to be just disingenuous is this conversation. Now, everybody already know, he had these allegations for years and years. 2008, 2002, he had the whole trial from 2002 to 2008, which he was acquitted for, for child pornography on a state level in Cook County in Chicago. And, just to see those charges resurface um, several years later in 2019 just goes to show, man, there was a vendetta against this man, and they elevated that on a federal level. Prior to that, simultaneously come out with a documentary called Surviving R. Kelly, which I like to call Surviving Lies, where these people put something that on Lifetime that says written by. So this obviously was something that they concocted in the media, perpetuated as though it was something factual, but it was written by. So, you know, I knew off bat that he was targeted, and to bring back certain allegations and elevate it to a federal level and target this man and ultimately give this man 30 years in prison. 30 years in prison for what? You know, for what? Ain't nobody take nothing from nobody. Ain't nobody deceased, ain't nobody unalived. 30 years for what? Where even if you were to believe that the allegations were true, you have to admit that that was overkill. You know, this man in his 50s, a 30-year sentence in the feds, that's a life sentence. You know, when you have people that, if you read the transcripts in the case, admitted to lying about their age. The man wasn't even charged with anything dealing with a minor. He was charged with RICO racketeering charges. A one-man RICO, never done in history. Never had a man that was charged as a criminal enterprise all by himself. Unbelievable. And black people ran with this narrative. You know, we the only ones that throw our legends away. We the only ones that will get in the media and it just, instead of being quiet and letting the process play out, throw our own under the bus, our legendary people that have given so much to this culture, our culture, has contributed so much to, you know, black culture. You know, it is just sad, man. And I'm just, you know, I've been, you know, praying that this brother is able to, you know, get out soon. Because at the end of the day, even if you think or believe that the allegations are true, that's what you would call statutory rape. It should have been handled on a state level. And from my vantage point, to revamp some of these charges that he's already been acquitted for and just reword them on a federal level, that's double jeopardy. Meaning you can't be charged for the same thing twice. But see, you know, the Department of Justice play these type of wording games where they try to go around the red tape. They had to get very creative. And the only reason that this is coming apart is because he went after what was rightfully owned to him, his masters, right? And thus the song Residuals. If you listen to the lyrics, that man is still talking about where my money at. How is it that a man come out here and make hundreds of millions of dollars? Catalog is worth over R. Kelly's catalog is worth over $1 billion, and he don't have nothing to show for it. Man was living in Trump Towers. They stole so much from that man, and you wonder why they gave him 30 years? You see this happen all the time with our entertainers, that their catalog is worth so much. And that man has been in prison for 6 years and still wondering where his money is at. But the remix is hot. Shout out to Kels for setting it on fire. He's getting a lot of people that's, hey man, because on a subconscious level, people know, man, that man should have been home. All right, you did your 4-5 years, because that's normally what statutory rape would carry, because that's all y'all mad about, because he ain't take nothing from nobody. Somebody sitting up there with a fake ID outside, coming in the court building. People sitting up there, they parents then push their daughters off on this man and lied to this man. It's in court transcripts. Read the transcripts. You know, and we talking about, we ain't talking about no 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds. We talking about people, if he did do it 16, 17 years old, man. In most states, that's the age of consent. In 50 states, 40 of these states out of 50, the age of consent is 16 years old. Don't get mad at me, get mad at the law. That's what the law say. But see what they did to override that, they went to a federal level. So it'll be a blanket of 18. So even if they did lie about their age on a federal level, it doesn't matter. In the state of Illinois, it's a law called mistaken of identity that would have exonerated him. is they started off with state charges in Cook County, but they dropped that because they knew that was gonna get pow knocked out the park. You know what I'm saying? So, man, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly. He said that he's already written 25 albums. And this little remix is just a taste of what he can, bring, what he has to offer. You know what I'm saying? What he brings to the game. People were talking about it was AI. I knew once I heard them ad libs, I say that cannot be duplicated by no AI. You can't tell me when you hear this man still be able to deliver and produce music while in prison that God hasn't blessed him with an amazing talent. But I'm not going to preach here all day, man. I just wanted to come and shout out to DV Wild Wild. He sent, bro sent me something that confirmed that his attorney said that is actually R. Kelly from prison. The residual remix is him. So salute. Hey, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Voices for the voiceless. It's your man, Jay Taylor. Peace and blessings. Until then, we'll see you soon. Love.